Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reacting on 7 things that shocked me in Poland, right? Let's check this out. The official link will be on my description box. In case you want to watch an uninterrupted video, please feel free to head straight to their channel, right? Or to his channel, I mean. Let's check this out.
So I've lived in several places around the world. I grew up in Los Angeles, California. I moved to Colombia when I was 20. I spent some time in Asia, and now I'm living here in Poland. So today I want to talk about all the things that have shocked me about Poland. So something that surprised me is that there's a really big Latin dance scene here. When I was in Colombia, I loved dancing, salsa dancing, bachata, all that stuff. And Poland apparently has one of the biggest Latin dance scenes in Europe. From what I've heard, Polish girls love to dance and they really want their men to dance as well. So if you're into dancing, this is a really nice place to do it. It's also a really good way to meet people. Another thing that is very surprising about Poland is the language. I speak English, Spanish, Mandarin, and Hokkien. And I heard that Poland was one of the hardest languages to learn as an English speaker. Cuando estaba en Colombia, yo aprendí español siendo adulto y logré el B1 en 6 meses. So I thought that learning a new language would be super easy. And then I came to Poland and I looked at the language and I'm like, what the F is this? What is this word? Do you guys know what a vowel is? When you arrive here, thankfully a lot of people speak English, but the language is going to be very difficult for most people if you don't know other Slavic languages. Something I've heard very consistently is how great Polish people are in relationships. And this is something that I've heard from both my male and female friends. This just comes to show you how important it is to have strong examples of what a nuclear family is supposed to be like. Poland has quite a low divorce rate. I think it's at 33%. Coming from Colombia, where single motherhood was rampant, it's 84% of the children there are born into single moms, to here, which is like the complete opposite. Every time I walk around, there's always nuclear families. And I think because the overall society pushes relationships, you can definitely see it in the way people treat their partners.
How to conquer the heart of the Polish woman.
Polish people, they have a very interesting sense of humor. When you flirt in Spanish, it's a lot more sensual. It's a lot of sexual innuendos. When you flirt with Polish women, they really value wit and banter. So let's say you guys are talking and then she throws a jab at you, she insults you, but then you insult her back. It's like, all right, this guy's a man. And then I think they like that a lot more. I've noticed that relationships here, it's more on a basis of friendship and connection rather than just sexual attraction. In Latin America, a lot of it, because it's so sensual and passionate, it's about, ooh, let's try to get this physical chemistry going. Having a lot of sexual attraction doesn't equate to a better long-term relationship. And something that I like about Poland is that because there's a lot of nuclear families everywhere, they have a lot of very good examples for what long-term relationships are supposed to look like.
In Colombia, infidelity is so common to the point where it's almost normalized. The culture and the music almost promote it to a certain extent. A lot of Colombian men will encourage each other to have multiple women, whereas here, cheating on your partner or having multiple partners is heavily frowned upon. And this is something that really surprised me, but I heavily appreciate being here in Poland. One of the things that is also very pleasantly surprising is how good the infrastructure is around here. Poland is a very developed country in a lot of ways. There are a lot of really good public transportation. Warsaw has a metro that's actually very effective, and it's a very amazing city to just bike around. There are so many available options for transportation. I like to bike around. You can use a Bolt scooter to get around. You can walk, you can call an Uber, you can take the tram. There's just so many amazing modes of transportation that I wished America had. One of the most surprising things about Poland is how clean and safe it is. Poland takes very good care of the streets and the architecture, and you can see it walking around. There's a bunch of very beautiful parks that are extremely clean. So one of the big issues that I have with Poland is how much graffiti there is everywhere. This isn't the worst of it, but in a lot of the major parts of like Old Town and everything, it's filled with graffiti. If they are able to fix that problem, I think it will clean up the city a lot and make it look so much better. People seem to respect not putting trash on the ground, and I think this is what you get living in a society that's mainly homogenous and a culture that promotes societal order and peace. This is a common trait in a lot of Asian countries as well, which is why I think we fit in so well here, because if you travel to Asian countries, the way that people respect elders, the safety and the overall well-being of society, and if you look at the statistics, Poland has one of the lowest crime rates in all of Europe. You can walk around at any time of day or night here as a man, as a woman. I talk to all my female friends and they talk about how safe it is just living here. I value this heavily. Coming from Colombia, which was extremely dangerous, it's nice being in a safe society again. So one of the most surprising things for me was how similar Polish culture is to Asian culture. And I think that is one of the main factors why Asians have been able to integrate so well here. We have a lot of shared characteristics. I talk about this in my channel all the time. Us valuing hard work, not causing any problems because we value societal order over personal freedom. It's so funny the way that I hear my Polish friends talk about how they grew up and how their parents raised them is very similar to how my Asian parents speak to me. So that's why I feel quite comfortable here, because when people say that Polish people are rude or they're always criticizing, I'm like, well, yeah, that's how Asian families are as well.
Emotional, damn it!
I think I've heard my parents say that they're proud of me maybe like a couple times in my life, and that's just kind of how it is.
Look, you can even find Asian products at the supermarket. These sauces maybe aren't the best, and there are specialty Asian markets just for Asian food. Quite crazy that you can find this Korean noodles here in a Carrefour.
So it was so surprising seeing so many Asian people here. And with that, there are a lot of interracial relationships, of course. You can see Polish guy with an Asian girl or Asian guy with a Polish girl. It does seem that we're treated as an equal here, and that is super, super nice. It's also nice being in a place where Asian men are considered attractive. This is something new to me because growing up in the US, I talk about this all the time. Maybe I have a chip on my shoulder, but we were seen as inferior and unattractive for a very long time. So coming here where we're treated as equals and girls are very open to dating us has been a very pleasant surprise. So the food quality here is surprisingly very good. They have a lot of corner farmers markets as well where you can get produce from. I think the best produce I've ever had was in Colombia, just because Latin America is a lot more rich when it comes to planting things, but here in Poland the food is quite good. Surprisingly, the fast food here is quite good too. KFC in Poland apparently has fame for being some of the best KFC in the world, and it's very, very popular here. A lot of the Asian students where I live like ordering KFC. I just found that very, very funny. I will never get over the bipolar weather of this country. Just an hour ago it was sunny, and then all of a sudden it got cloudy, and now it's raining. And just like that, after 20 minutes it is no longer raining. It'd be like that sometimes. Polish food, however, is kind of a hit and miss. I think it is good as very good comfort food, but as an Asian person, obviously I'm biased. I think Asian food is the best. Polish people also really love Asian food. Surprisingly, Poland has a lot of very good Asian cuisine. The best Asian food that I've had here has been the Korean and the Vietnamese food. I think the Chinese food and the Japanese food is still lacking. The ramen here is quite good, but the Chinese food still needs a little bit of work. But in general, there are a lot of good Asian options here that are cheap, which is a very pleasant surprise.
So check out the view from my room. It's sunny now. Literally 20 minutes ago, it was pouring rain and the sky was super, super dark. Gotta love Polish weather, man. And here we go, back to rain again.
Okay, I feel like he just spoke his mind, the way he feels, and absolutely you could just tell he loves Poland, and everything that has to do with Poland interests him, right? And Poland is really a beautiful country. I feel like when you go there are things to love there, and you just cannot help but keep loving the country, you know. And the fact that it's big on safety, when they say they love you, they genuinely love you from the depth of their heart. Like, they don't really fake things, which is super interesting, right? But I feel like he spoke so well and he gave his reasons, which makes sense, right? This was nice, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much, and see you guys in my next one.